guys, here we are with another deck recipe. Um, yeah, what can I really say? Um, so the deck recipe that we're doing today is Dark Scorpions. Now, let me give you a little background on what Dark Scorpions is. Dark Scorpions is a team, I guess you could call them, a group of people that were from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX to steal the spirit keys, or, well, win the spirit keys in a duel against the 5 chosen duelists. And these keys are to unlock the sacred beast, which are the god cards of GX, basically. So, yeah, that's the background on them. They were not really a good group of bad guys. They were pretty weak, so, because everyone wanted to duel them and whatever. So anyways, I made a deck of it, and yeah, let's see what I came up with here. So, one Dark Arm Dragon. The whole deck is pretty much dark monsters. You can get them out pretty easy, so yeah, why not? Two Dark well, all the monsters pretty much are Dark Scorpion something, so check the yellow. Now, an interesting fact about Dark Scorpions, other than one certain one, that each of the monster cards has two different effects that happen, or two different effects that you can choose from when they do battle damage. For example, for this one, if it does battle damage, you can target one card in the field, return it to the hand. Basically, it's compulse for spell, trap, or monsters. Or you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck, or no, look at the top card. Look at the top card of their deck. I guess it means your opponent, and return the top to the other card to the bottom of the deck. You know, I don't really remember these effects well, only because they don't really get their effects in this deck too much. I mean, they do, but they really don't. Like, I don't use their effects too much to remember them too well. There's basically two of every Dark Scorpion except for the main guy and the big level 5 guy that's next. So this one is Cliff the Trap Remover, and like his name proclaims, you can destroy a spell or trap when it does battle damage, and or you can do the mill 2 cards from your opponent's deck. When it says set of their deck, it implies the opponent, so you know. One Gorg the Strong, and 1800 attack, and level 5. Yeah, we're not playing that at 2, we're not playing that at 3. That's going to be played at 1, because that is really horrible stats. So anyways, his thing is, what's it called? You can, target a monster your opponent controls, and return it to the top of the deck, which is pretty annoying to deal with. And to make an added bonus to this card, manage to get another attack, what you could do is you send the monster back to the top of the deck, and then you can attack somehow again, and send that top card to the deck, to the grave. Yep. You're never going to get this effect off, I can reassure you. You might, but I really doubt it. Because you're never going to really want to tribute something for this. 2 Dark Scorpion, Manea the Thorn. What's it called? So her thing is you can add a Dark Scorpion from your deck to the hand, so she's like a main searcher, kinda. Or you can target a Dark Scorpion from your grave and add it to your hand. So, pretty good. This is the one I was talking about, by the way. Dark Scorpion Burglars. I don't remember what I said earlier, but yeah, this is what I was referring to. where it doesn't have two effects or whatever. All it does is make your opponent send a spell to the grave. Pretty good. I actually like this effect. I wish it had more attack, but, you know, that's too much to ask for. Don Zalug is the main guy of the deck, and probably the best of all the Dark Scorpions in my opinion. And his thing is, you can discard a random card from your opponent's hand, or you can send the top two cards that are decked to the grave. And yes, it has to be by battle damage that you can do that. Two Crabbones, because it's dark. A tuner. I can get an attack to stall out till you get something you need. One Plague Spreader Zombie. Tuner. Two Trag to block off some damage. Well, stop OTKs. Now, here's one of the cards I suggest if you run a warrior deck and you're not sure what to run. Not elemental heroes, not anything ridiculous like that, but anything that's a low warrior attack based thing that doesn't have good effects really. I recommend using turret warriors because of the fact it can special summon itself, so you can go more plus. Also, its effect, you tribute a warrior to gain its attack, so it can get up to an extra 1,000 attack usually. And yeah, so it gets a 2,200 attack. Then you can summon another Dark Scorpion. Also, since you're tributing warriors that are dark, you can also put a Dark Armed out on the field too. So many plays you can do with this deck. I mean, yes, the Dark Scorpions don't really have that great of stats for their effects to go along with. And true, you could use Solidarity, and you can make it a Solidarity build, but in all reality, I prefer this build only because it's more synchro based and I can put out more attack than if I just did Solidarity, and then I won't have to worry about Solidarity accidentally getting blown up or something. So, you know, but you could do Solidarity build if you want. So, for draw power, you have Card Destruction. Sends stuff for Dark Armed. Two Creature Swap. Because your monsters are so weak, like pretty much 1,000, 1,200, 1,000, 1,000. Don't try not to creature swap Donzalogs though. Mostly creature swap the weaker ones, so you can get like Goyo Guardians and stuff like that, because people like to put really strong monsters out. So yeah, creature swap really good. One emergency teleport. I suggest to run this if you run at least two Crabbones. One heavy storm gets rid of back row. Lightning vortex, you don't really mind discarding, so yeah, especially if it's a plague spreader. So yeah, gets rid of stuff so your guys can go in for an attack and whatever. Monster Reborn brings something back. Now here's a good card, I say, which is pretty good. So if you control this guy, you can activate this card, and then you can special summon as many Dark Scorpions from your hand to the field, but it can only be one of the copy. For example, you can go the Thorn one, but if you have two of them in hand, you only get one. You don't get two. But that means you swarm the field really quickly, though. So you can swarm with this, then activate this, and summon those, summon these, whatever. Summon Dark Armed, use Plague, use E-Teleport to get Crabons, whatever. Now, the downside of the card. This card can end up being a dead draw. It's not a quick play spell, so it's not really that great. I mean, it is kind of great because you swarm the field, but realistically, I use it to get the big guy out. And yeah, so downsides of the card, you don't always have Don Zaluk, which Don Zaluk is a little easier to get than the other ones. And I just realized I don't have reinforcement of the army in here. Make sure you add that in here somewhere, because it gets pretty much every guy in here, which I'll show that off in a second. Anyways, downsides. I wish this was a quick play card. Even if you bring out all the Dark Scorpions, if you don't have like a backup play to go with them, like Solidarities if you wanted to, Turret Warriors, Dark Armed, Plague Spreader, Emergency Teleport. I mean, look at their attacks. I mean, it's not like, it's like, oh, you summon Don's Luke and then you activate this. You know, you can see where I'm going. Because you're not going to get over a lot of stuff, but if you have like an open field to mess with, I wouldn't disagree with it and just go in and try to take out whatever you can. Right, Mystical Space Typhoon gets rid of back row. Out of Avarice, draw 5, or return 5, draw 2. Very easy to do in this deck. Capolis returns stuff to hand. Crush card. Pretty much this whole deck is like crush cardable, except for some other scorpions. So yeah, pretty much you can crush card with this whole deck. Dark Scorpion, or Dark Bright, my bad, negates spell or trap. Prison, banish anything that attacks. Trap stun. I recommend Trap Stun instead of Decree, because Trap Stun still makes it so you can get in attacks and then your traps will become liable again. If you use Decree, it's more likely that you'll get crushed. So, because they don't have like really good defensive skills. So, I mean, if you could think of a way to use Decree with this, then go ahead. And while revealing light to block your opponent from attacking. So another card that I should have added, which is where is it? I'll show you guys in a second. I didn't add it to the extra deck or side deck, so that's why I'm looking it up now. I should have looked it up way before. So here it is. Add a level 4 warrior, or yeah, to your hand. I don't know where I want to put that for now. So yeah, that's there. It searches out pretty much every card in the deck. Alright, so here's the side deck, or extra deck, my bad. So Colossal Fighters, because you play a lot of warriors. Dark End, because you play darks. And pretty much the rest is just self-explanatory. Nothing really to need to know about those. Oh wait, and in the extra deck, side deck, 1 Marsh Bond to stall, Alert Darkness for draw power, Giant Trinade to return stuff if you don't like heavy. Messenger of Peace protects your monsters and you still can attack. Scapegoat, stall card, Shrink puts decreases monster's attack by half. Oh yeah, and I was gonna actually mention about this. They do have a card that if all of them are out on the field, except for Dark Scorpion Burglars, that they get to attack directly, but they only do 400 damage. So not really a great trap, but I just wanted to show you that it was there. So now I show you that's there. Let's put that in there, because it's way better than that card. Mirror Wall helps out with getting monsters to lower attack if you don't want to use Crush card or something. Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay. Phoenix Wing Blast allows you to discard a card to bounce something back, allowing you to attack directly. And Pineapple Blast. As actually, from what Bruce said, I actually thought about it and actually might help to stack out a little bit. So what it does is when you normal summon a monster and then you activate this. If your opponent has more monsters, so if you have one monster and they have 5, this card makes it so they have to destroy cards or monsters on their field so that they have equal amount of monsters to the monsters you have on the field, so that they can only have one monster when you summon. So, of course, they get to choose, but you know, this basically will stop like very sacky decks that require tons of monsters being on the field. Of course, the decks I'm referring to are dragons, Blackwings, not really Gladiator Beast, but they could swarm if they want to. Light Swarm. Yep. No, there's something else I could think of at the moment. I was trying to think it was another deck, but nope, there's not. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. So, my deck, I think it's pretty good. 7? Yeah, 7 out of 10. I think. The only reason it's not higher, or no, actually 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10 sounds like something I would say. So, yeah, my only dislikes of the deck really are, I mean, I wish they had a little more attack. Their effects are kind of interesting, but their effects, or no, their attack though. Donzaloo, a beast, but I mean, I guess the good sides is that they can't get bottomless. So, you know. Decks that hurt this, basically anything that can pretty much beat them down. But, you know, you do have creature swaps, so it's not too bad. I recommend trying out the deck, seeing if you like it, trying out some builds of your own, and then, yeah, and then you guys can get back to me on that one then. Just so you know, I would prefer this deck instead of Tunes at the moment, because I don't think, because Tunes compared to this, I think Tunes aren't really good compared to this, but whatever. Now I'm just rambling on. Okay, I think it's time to end this episode or video, because, well, I'm rambling on, and that means I have nothing else to say then. Alright, so yeah. So if you like the deck, go ahead and leave your comment section down below. If you have any suggestions on what I should do with the deck, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And any deck requests or anything, any kind of request, you can leave in the comment section down below too. Other than that, anything I can think of that helps this deck? Armageddon's probably, I don't know. It's up to you guys to decide. So, yep. Catch you guys later.